What's going on, guys? Today we have a 5th gen 4Runner here at Yoda Expedition to get an installation done. He already has some 5100 shocks on this, but he still has the OEM springs. He has a little bit of rear sag, so he wants to take care of that. So we're gonna be putting some old Man Emu lift springs in the back to lift that up. So let's get this thing in the shop and start ripping it apart.
Okay, Corey's getting this 4Runner up on the lift. Right here, I have the old Man Emu springs that Corey's gonna be installing today. The part number on these is 2889, which is their lightest duty spring. These are good for a 2.5 to 3 inch lift with 0 to 200 pounds. So basically a stock empty 4Runner, or if you have 150 to 200 pounds in the back, like a drawer system, or there's just some extra weight that you carry in yours, these are the spring to go with. These are considered, I guess, the medium duty. There are 2 more levels above this. So if you have 200 to 400 pounds or 400 to 800 pounds, Old Man Emu has springs for your setup also. These are going to ride a bit more stiff than those OEM springs. This customer, like Corey mentioned, already has a lift kit on here with some Bilsteins, Corey?
Yep, 5100s.
He's got Bilstein 5100s front and rear, and he's just not happy with how the rear is sagging, and he wants it just to stand up a little more in the back. These are gonna stiffen the ride up just a little bit, but most people would agree that the 4Runner has a fairly soft ride with those factory springs. So this is gonna fix that and get his truck sitting the way he wants.
So we got the 4Runner up in the air. As you can see, it has the Bilstein 5100s on here. Still has the OEM shocks in the or springs in the back. So we're gonna get those swapped out. First thing we're gonna do is take off the rear sway bar links. That's gonna give us a little bit more room here. It's gonna let us move this rear axle up and down so we can get these springs out. Also might have to take off the shock, probably just take off the top nut, and that'll let us move this a little bit more. So we have room to get the new springs in there because those are gonna be a little bit taller and they're gonna be harder to get in than these are to get out.
Corey's working so hard I had to take the hoodie off, I was starting to sweat. All right, Corey has the driver's side rear spring out of the 4Runner, and I have it next to the OME medium duty spring right here. It's hard to tell on camera probably, but the coil on this is a much smaller diameter than the Old Man Emu, but obviously you can tell it is about 1.5 inches shorter. So that is what's gonna give this spring the ability to raise the rear end of the 4Runner and get it sitting the way they want. There we go.
It's gonna be difficult to get the new one in on this side. I might have to drop or take out the bolt for the panhard bar. That's gonna allow me to pull the rear axle down a little bit more. This side's more difficult than the passenger side. Let's see if we can get this thing up there. All right guys, we got this 4Runner wrapped up. This was a pretty easy one. The rear is definitely now sitting higher. I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna drive around the parking lot a little bit to get the rear suspension settled, and then we'll see exactly where it's sitting. Right now it's sitting a little bit higher than the front, but the customer said it's okay if it's raked a little bit. So let's take it outside and see how it looks. All right guys, we got the 4Runner outside. I drove around the parking lot to get the suspension working a little bit. The rear is definitely sitting a little bit higher than the front, but like I said, he has some 5100s on here. They are adjustable, so if he wants to go one click higher in the front, he can, and it will probably get it leveled out. But like I said, he is okay with it being raked, so hopefully he's okay with the way that this is sitting right now. He just didn't like the fact that the rear was sitting lower than the front. So we're gonna go ahead and return this 4Runner to the customer. If you guys are interested in getting anything like this done, doesn't matter if it's small or big, you can head over to yodaexpedition.com, or you can shoot us an email at installation@yodaexpedition.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.